Ever wondered how China managed to dominate the world for thousands of years? The answer lies beneath your feet. Roads, yes, roads. These seemingly mundane strips of land have been key players in the grand theatre of history, and China, with its strategic use of roads, held the reins for millennia. Let's journey back in time to an era when the ancient Silk Road was more than just a route. It was a lifeline, a conduit of culture, and a highway for the expansion of the Chinese Empire. This network of trade routes, stretching from East Asia to the Mediterranean, was the beating heart of ancient global commerce. Exotic goods, ideas, and innovations were exchanged, fostering a vibrant intermingling of cultures that forever changed the face of the world. But the Silk Road was more than a marketplace. It was a strategic tool for expansion, a symbol of Chinese ingenuity and determination. With each merchant that ventured forth, with each caravan that traversed its length, the influence of the Chinese Empire grew. The road served as an artery, pumping the lifeblood of Chinese culture, goods, and influence into distant lands. And it wasn't just about trade. These roads were also used for military and diplomatic purposes. They allowed the swift deployment of troops, maintained the empire's security, and served as channels for diplomatic exchanges. The roads were the veins and arteries of the empire, and they pulsed with power. So when you think of roads, think beyond the asphalt, beyond the traffic, and beyond the everyday. Consider the power they hold, the history they've shaped, and the civilizations they've nurtured. Remember the Silk Road, and how it paved the way for China's rise to global dominance. China's ancient road systems were not just pathways but strategic tools that shaped the course of history. The Silk Road was more than just a trade route, it was China's highway to the world. Picture a vast network of routes stretching over 4,000 miles, connecting the East with the West. This was the Silk Road. Its importance, however, goes far beyond being a simple path for merchants. It was a conduit for the exchange of products, ideas, and cultures, making it a cornerstone of globalization in its earliest form. Let's take a journey back in time. The Silk Road was established during the Han Dynasty in the 2nd century BC. Caravans laden with silk, spices, and precious stones would journey from China to the Mediterranean. But along with these tangible goods, something equally valuable was transported: knowledge. These routes were not just about trade, they were arteries of culture and intellect. As merchants traveled, they brought with them their beliefs, philosophies, and innovations. The Silk Road became a catalyst for the spread of Buddhism from India to China, and the introduction of papermaking from China to the West. Likewise, the Chinese learned about the advancements of the West. They learned about the intricate art of glassmaking from the Romans and the cultivation of grapes from Persians. This exchange of knowledge and ideas fostered an intellectual and cultural synergy that shaped the civilizations of both the East and the West. The Silk Road also played a crucial role in the spread of religions. It facilitated the expansion of Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam across vast territories, leading to a diverse cultural landscape that we still see today. But the Silk Road was not just a physical pathway. It was a symbol of China's global reach and influence. Through this intricate network, China was not only able to connect with the world, but also to shape it. The Silk Road was a testament to China's ability to create a web of connections, influencing cultures and civilizations far beyond its borders. The Silk Road was not just a physical route, but a symbol of China's global reach and influence. Roads are not just for trade, they are also the veins of military strategy. This sentiment rings particularly true when you delve into the annals of Chinese history. With a strategic eye for road placement and an understanding of their multifaceted utility, China has leveraged roads to its advantage in military campaigns for centuries. Let's roll back the scroll of time and visit the Han Dynasty, around 2,000 years ago. The network of roads crisscrossing the empire wasn't just for efficient communication and trade, it was an ingenious military strategy. These roads, often stretching to the furthest corners of the empire, enabled the rapid mobilization of troops. In essence, they were the arteries, that pumped the lifeblood of the Han military machine, allowing it to respond swiftly and decisively to threats. Fast forward to the Tang dynasty, and we see the continuation of this strategic use of roads. The Tang rulers, understanding the importance of road networks, invested heavily in their maintenance and expansion. This foresight allowed them to deploy troops quickly across vast distances, often catching their enemies off guard and securing decisive victories. Even in modern times, China's focus on road infrastructure is evident. The construction of the Karakoram Highway in the late 20th century, for example, was a strategic move to ensure easy access to the disputed region of Kashmir. This highway, often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world, not only facilitates trade, but also serves as a crucial military lifeline, enabling swift troop movements in this geopolitically sensitive area. It is clear that throughout history, China has understood the strategic value of roads in military contexts. From the Han to the Tang dynasty and even into the modern era, the nation's leaders have recognized that roads are not merely conduits for trade and commerce, but also indispensable tools in the arsenal of warfare. The strategic use of roads in warfare has been a key element of China's historical dominance. The next time you find yourself on a highway, remember that beneath the hum of traffic and the rhythm of rubber on asphalt, there lies a vein of strategic potential, pulsing with the heartbeat of history. This is the power and the legacy of roads. Diplomacy often starts with a road, and China knew this well. China's understanding of roads as not just physical infrastructure, but also as conduits of diplomacy, has been a significant factor in its global influence. Roads were the threads that weaved through different nations, connecting cultures, economies, and political ideologies. But more than that, they were the platforms where diplomatic relations were established, alliances were formed, and treaties were signed. Take, for instance, the Han dynasty, which reigned from the 2nd century BC to the 2nd century AD. The Han rulers were the architects of the Silk Road, an extensive network of trade routes that not only facilitated commerce, but also diplomacy. The Silk Road was more than just a pathway for silk, spices, and other goods. It was a channel through which China shared its culture and philosophy, and in return absorbed knowledge from the West. This exchange helped foster mutual respect and understanding, thereby enabling diplomatic relations. Similarly, during the Yuan dynasty in the 13th century, the Mongol rulers utilized the roads to extend their diplomatic reach. The famous traveler Marco Polo journeyed along these routes to the Yuan court, marking a significant diplomatic mission from the West. His travels and the subsequent publication of his accounts further solidified the importance of these roads in international diplomacy. Fast forward to the modern era, the Belt and Road Initiative launched by China in the 21st century is a testament to its continued belief in the power of roads in diplomacy. The initiative aims to link China with the rest of the world through a network of roads, railways and sea routes, thereby creating opportunities for economic cooperation and diplomatic engagement. In essence, roads were not just about facilitating movement. They were, and still are, strategic tools for diplomacy. They opened up channels of communication, fostered mutual understanding, and ultimately led to alliances and treaties that further consolidated China's global dominance. Roads were the arteries that connected China to the rest of the world, fostering diplomatic relations that further strengthened its global dominance. China's historical dominance through roads is not just a thing of the past. It continues to shape the world today. In the modern age, the Middle Kingdom has embarked on ambitious road projects that reflect its historical strategy and indeed its continued influence on the global stage. One such project is the Belt and Road Initiative, a modern-day Silk Road, if you will. Launched in 2013, this grand scheme aims to connect Asia, Europe and Africa through a network of land and sea routes. It's a testament to China's long-standing belief in the power of connectivity and the role it plays in fostering economic growth and political influence. But the Belt and Road Initiative is not just about roads, railways and ports. It's about creating a network of partnerships and alliances. It's about influencing global trade rules and norms. It's about leveraging infrastructure for strategic gains. It's about writing a new chapter in the story of China's road dominance. This modern Silk Road, much like its ancient predecessor, has its share of controversies. Critics argue that it's a tool for debt trap diplomacy, while others see it as a means for China to assert its global dominance. Yet it's undeniable that the Belt and Road Initiative has the potential to reshape global trade and geopolitics, much like the Silk Roads of yore. As we reflect on these modern developments, we can't help but see the echoes of the past. The Silk Road was not just a path for goods, it was a highway for ideas, cultures and power. Today, China's modern road projects continue to play a similar role, shaping not just the physical landscape, but also the political and economic dynamics of the world. As we traverse the roads of history, we see how China's strategic use of roads has shaped its past and continues to pave its future.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.